Hello everybody. Hope you enjoyed the tea we prepared for you. I'm Lily Yew, the organizer and host of today's event. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. The dialogue is part of a series of Peranakan related events to promote culture. So today, the question is, who are the Nyonyas and Babas? How do you define the community of people who evolved with time? How do you define a community of people who evolved with time to create a hybrid culture in a new land? What are the markers? Let me begin by sharing my views before we proceed to the guys in the panel, Lily Yew and Peter Chua. Okay, I believe Nyonya Baba identity involves more than just history, genealogy, culture, and heritage. It is not a race, citizenship, or even a specific inherited DNA. Nyonya Babas are part of the global Chinese diaspora. Some prefer to consider this community as a Chinese sub-ethnic group. But who are they? The Chinese diaspora refers to the global network of people of Chinese descent living outside the People's Republic of China. Categorized by shared cultural ties, but who have diverse identities and loyalties. Malaysian Chinese migration dates back centuries, with major waves in the 19th and 20th centuries, driven by economic opportunities and political instability in China. They preserve their Chinese identity through family ancestry, your Chinese surname, and dialect. Most of us are Hokkien, Teochews. Your Chinese surname, okay, your Chinese surname. I'm actually Lim, he's Chua, and that's Li. So we have our Chinese surnames and our dialects, so Hokkien, Teochew, and spiritual practices, Confucian values, which is most important, and different dialect cuisine. Nyonya Babas are also known as Peranakan Chinese, created a unique cultural blend, a new way of life. It took time, even generations, to evolve. They were also known as Straits Chinese and even Queens or Kings Chinese during the reign of Queen Victoria. And her son, King Edward, that was during the era of the Straits settlement. How did the Nyonya Baba community evolve? It was our Chinese survival instinct, deeply rooted moral values, and through sheer hard work to succeed. Most of our early ancestors arrived only with the clothes on their back and a long tautang. The queue, the tautang, your queue, the men at that time had long tautang. The pigtail, you know what I mean? Okay. Much later, some families actually arrived through southern Thailand and Indonesia. Much later, with fame and fortune, came opportunities to better themselves with wealth. Wealth also meant being able to enjoy the luxuries of life. Their children were educated, they built homes with all the extravagances, a complete change of lifestyle. As a Peranakan, I believe that apart from being locally born, and apart from being a locally born descendant of Chinese ancestry, it also includes living an opulent lifestyle of the elite, a social status which involved adapting to the environment and the prosperous circumstances of the household. Many elite Chinese at that time were captains of industries, community leaders, educators, tea miners, rubber magnates, and property owners, bankers, and not forgetting revenue farmers who contributed to the state coffers through taxes. It was a new identity and lifestyle, a legacy of tangible and intangible assets bequeathed to us now. Intangible heritage, like your spoken languages, customs and traditions, rites and rituals, etiquette and moral values, ceremonies, stories, memories, folklore, and beliefs. Tangible material wealth like mansions, decor, furniture, porcelain, jewelry, textile, attire, and cuisine. Sadly, gone are those days of glory. Gone are those glory days of splendor. But being Nyonya and Baba definitely does not mean just putting a prefix of Nyonya, Baba to your Chinese name. So just because you put Nyonya Lily means I'm a Nyonya. No. Neither just being able to converse in patois, eating with your fingers, nor having a grandma who wore sarong. It is definitely not China Kawin Melayu, the legendary Princess Hanmi Po. Is a myth. It is a classic case where fiction, repeated constantly, is accepted as fact. Some would actually have you believe our ancestors raped the local indigenous women. China was a civilized nation long before our ancestors landed in this soil. I was born and raised in Penang, of ancient Hokkien descent during the time of the Straits settlements, long before Merdeka of 1957 and Malaysia Day of 1963. My family was considered Tuan Peng Lang before the word Peranakan became trendy. Tuan Peng Lang is Hokkien dialect which literally translates to foreign people. But in the old Penang context, it meant Chinese who were born and have settled in the Nanyang. Our China-born progenitors were Deng Shualang. As Straits-born Chinese, we became Malaysian citizens by operation of law. My claim of being a Nyonya lies in my ancestral lineage, cultural heritage, values and practices. I'm a descendant of both paternal and maternal Nyonya Baba families and married into one.